You load. Nice and quiet, which means I can. Yep. Go in here and go like group. Being things with control. Such a useful little thing, honestly. Makes it so much easier to get things done. Oh dear, also loading very fast today. That's really makes me wonder what's the occasion. Oh well. Before I get all grumpy, or well, Brother 8 gets all grumpy again, we are going to go into the game. So early for once, I need to make the best of it. Ah, yes, that is precisely the sort of a perfectly mixed iced coffee. Yes. Now then, I have played around with this for at least, actually quite a bit for my personal. Yes. Can you see how fucking bright this nonsense now is? That's a bit annoying, yes, that is a bit annoying, but well, it is true that now the whole bloody world seems a lot brighter. That is which are very annoying. Not nearly as much as you might believe. Now, I found that there's a nice little menu here that I have actually added, and that allows you to change things. So for example, I can reduce the brightness, and then if things should be, too dark, we can actually up this. And that's awesome.
What do you want?
I wanted to have a look around here.
And where exactly are you headed?
Don't know.
What interest?
There's a cat house here and a tavern. The landlord's name is Cardiff. Do you,
Are you giving it?
No, but right across. Well, I'm sure he'll give you a few.
Well, nice.
Do you?
Smart kid.
Actually,
Yeah, right. And I was about to board a ship and have it take people like you and me. Haven't been allowed.
are you a citizen of this town?
If you mean do I live here? Only the tops can get in there, or the merchants. The people from the harbor district don't carry much weight.
Has any?
Not long ago, they were searching for stolen property. They're obviously trying to blame the poor son.
I can't take care of everything for everybody.
Well, I mean, what were you expecting? Of course I gotta blame the poor suckers because, the poor suckers actually have a good reason to steal stuff. Ah, fella. You are the guy who really makes himself beloved, let's say it like this.
What do you want here? Go!
Nothing.
Smart kid.
I mean, they really are motivated and they're running around. They mean business. My, how nice of you to actually...
Smart kid.
Hey, Lucy.
Hey,
Who are you again?
what's?
I wonder why the paladins are. If they were here.
Oh, come on. You're just a...
What can you?
You are now. Where do you?
Thanks.
Bloody hell. She's just... I mean, she has a name. You would expect her to be, something, but no.
Boy, that lunatic's...
Who are you talking about?
Can't you hear that hammering? Who do you... I mean that lunatic felon.
I could take care.
You want to help me?
You tell me.
Oh, that's how it is. All right, if you can get... But I'll tell you one thing right now.
If I beat up.
Down here at the harbor, no one... But if you steal around here, or mess...
I'll see what I can.
You can think about
Are those your
Such an
sheep?
easy thing.
The only one that belongs to me is the one that answers to the name of Lucy. That's my wife, Lucy. The sheep belong to the militia.
And how are the?
Felon's hammering is going to drive them crazy.
Beep.
Here
Quest. Now, why would you do such a quest? Mostly well, because it gives XP. Also, it's good training. But of course, you should save. Ah, but with
Hey.
this nice little option of changing our brightness.
Why are you...
For days now, I've been the rafters have been crumbling away ever since we had those rainfalls.
Hey,
Could you stop?
could you...
Nah,
Just
try not.
stop.
Forget it, or I'll knock some. You'll
Free stuff also. Why do we have two hammers? Nice. Anyone gonna care if I take that?
What do you want here? Go!
Don't worry.
Take your paws off.
Oh shit.
Smart kid.
That did not work out like I had anticipated. Oh well, no, I actually could say it turned out precisely as you would anticipate. Game needs to load. Game.
Ah, fight! Give him what for! Give him what for!
Could you stop?
Let him have it! Give him what for! Not bad.
I mean, to be fair, he's not very strong.
Someone's gotta do the work.
Will get your stuff, I swear to God. I bloody deserve that. Especially your apples. There's the apples, man. Oh, very important stuff.
Smart kid.
Smart kid. Hey,
Okay, so
will you stop hammering now?
no, don't hit me anymore. I'll stop.
I need some peace and quiet, eh? Yeah, it was. But nearly as nice as it was the first time.
Felon will hammer no...
Hear that? No more hammering. You've done me a huge favor.
Nice. That is my ex now. Also, that is my meat now. I am not here. I am not even here. I need your stuff, so I will take your stuff. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. I'm just the kind of person you would expect, actually. Bit of a habit of stealing stuff, yes. But come on, I will make a lot better use of that than most others. Also, as soon as we get some money, I will actually buy the...
So, what was your business in there, huh?
the usual. Turnip. Give me your turnips. Huh? What? Citizen? Actually, technically speaking, I actually want to try this out, but
Put away that weapon. Give him what for? Let him have it.
generally speaking,
Give him
you
what for?
can technically beat up everyone in the harbor district, I believe.
Not bad. Never pick a
Well.
fight with me again.
You could if you weren't a complete weakling at this point in time. Admittedly, yes, that is a bit of a problem. But generally speaking, you can. Oh boy. You can do that very much. It just doesn't always work out my way.
Inhabitants of Corinus, by the explicit order of the Honorable Lord Hagen, the following decree is hereby
Now then, back here we have that nice little fight club thing, but that's for later, I would say. Because as you can quite clearly make out,
What do you want here? Go!
I'm a great many things, but I am
Smart
not
kid.
prepared to fight.
Smart kid.
Shut up, bitch. And yeah, so far so good. No, I don't think I can get in here.
You look a little worse for wear. Haven't slept in a long time, have you?
Ugh.
Too long, I should say.
Come
Yeah.
on, step closer. With me, you'll...
You said that you've got...
But of course,
Are there any other...
if you keep to the left at the key, you'll find Helvorm. On the other side, there's
Do you know
If I knew anyone up there...
what interest...
Well, if you're looking for some action, you can go down to Cardiff's. You can hardly miss it. The guy standing by the entrance there. Besides that, there's the large ship of the Paladins, the King's stately war galley. That you'll find it if you keep left at the key and then pass.
Nice to know.
Has any...
You could say so. It wasn't a thief ran by here. He must have stolen a bow in the lower. Of course, the militia came here way too. He got away from them, just jumped into the harbor.
That is a very interesting information.
He can't keep anything.
Because think about it.
Show me...
If you jump into the water, sure. Nice, dandy, all that. Just, you know, that doesn't take you
Now that's typical.
out or away.
Say,
25 damage. Actually, is that...
I can't take care of everything. Someone's got to do the work. Better shut up. Who says things like
20. And even that thing has 25.
He had better shut up. He simply talks too much. Anything to everybody knows by now.
But I think you have the same. So it's actually just a question of range. And I think you have the superior range.
He simply talks too much.
Now that's about that guy, because I know that guy. And I know that he likes to.
These are bad times.
Just like you. Stop looking. I know you want to talk to me. I know. I'm not ready to talk to you yet.
He works all day too.
I'm shy. What can I say?
Honestly, I witnessed it myself.
Hello. Now we could of course go into the fun house and have a bit of, you know, old-fashioned fun, but we are pretty damn poor at the moment, and sounds like a bit of a waste of my money. Money that I don't really have. Also, let's ignore the whole array of paladins up there, and there's a little island out there that also can be visited if memory serves. Jesus, I have not been around here for a long, long time, have I? My memory is as shoddy as you wouldn't believe. Now, if you take a look from here, you can see that there's actually a bit of a way down from the harbor into the water, and there's of course stuff there. Because obviously a thief wouldn't just, you know, run into the harbor, right? Then jump into the water and it's gone. No, actually he would have to, you know, get somewhere.
Hey! You're a fish...
Now, how did you ever guess that?
Don't know.
Can't you simply... Don't take it personally, but I have...
Trouble with...
Those bastards keep coming here. Last week, they made off with my entire catch. I know that everybody's got to fend for... And, of course, sometimes people just go hungry. But if they keep doing this...
Which is the problem?
Have you talked...
Are you joking? Do you really think they'd be...
Maybe I
don't know. I suppose you'd... The Paladins will hardly...
I shall see what I... Can you tell...
My friend William started hanging out with a... One day he simply didn't show up for...
Your buddy Will...
So he has. He's a fisherman. He should have stayed well up...
When did you...
Only a few days...
Okay. Or maybe he just went out.
Maybe.
That's not very likely.
Well, okay, that's a good point.
What's he been...
William had some shit. I think it was all about contraband that he sold.
Okay.
What bastards...
I don't know who they are. I only know the place where they... I just happened to see William.
So where exactly?
Where
There's a bay opposite the harbor, north of here.
Mhm.
You can only reach it by boat. There's a beach there, and a small fish.
I think...
Spare yourself the effort.
Well,
So...
I've seen better times.
yeah, too little to live on, too much to die. That's actually a bit of a problem. You're stuck in the worst possible situation. you cannot live and you cannot die. But of course, we're gonna take all your stuff too, because while we are not with the militia, and we're probably not gonna be, because yeah, who would want it? We are of course very much in need of stuff to heal ourselves with and stuff to, you know, generally just sell. Now, main problem, if you don't remember where all the nice little stuff is that you're basically forced to run around like an idiot. Like this. Actually look on all the little corners and well, see if you can actually find something. Quite the interesting situation for me. Because to be frank, I haven't had that in quite a while. But it does kinda have to do with the fact that the world of Gothic 2 actually is pretty damn big. As I said before, and I'm not really getting tired of mentioning that, it is basically the biggest you can go without becoming completely overwhelming. And probably also the biggest you can go without needing a fast travel system. That has not stopped Gothic, however, from, you know, giving you a fast travel system. We had one in Gothic 1, we will have one in Gothic 2, of course. It is, however, not really advised to just... That would be like, you know, being in a whole new world, only traveling along the roads. You don't want to do that. You want to see the world, you want to have adventure, you want to find cool stuff. Of course. Also, you want to sell cool stuff because you want money. Badly. And there are only a few items you always and ever, forever, never want to pay. Among those are lockpicks, of course, because those break like shit. And the armors you can get for your chosen group that you are joining. Well, I guess in the beginning you want to get the leather armor, you want to get the leather belt. And I don't think we yet have the leather belt. I think that's still... Jesus Christ, Trout. Could you stop screwing with me? So I think Bossbar has that one. So yeah. Going through the harbor, that's gonna take the bloody most amount of time. And then we're gonna sell some stuff. Then, since now, technically speaking, we actually can go through the night. And we will actually be able to see something. Quite the advantage, I might add. I'm actually going a bit of healing tour. Well, pretty nice to showcase just, you know, how old the idea of a day-night cycle for your NPCs is. Because, you know, even 20 years... I have not been here, I have not been here, you have not seen me. Do I want to try my luck on that? Oh boy. I smell death. But then again... Technically every creature is beatable, it just takes bloody forever. Come here, beach boy. Well, NotR were very much better and they would very much be able to avoid getting hit. I could probably win this. I mean, I could by, you know, moving around it a bit more, but not really worth it. We shall be back. At the latest in, you know, once we start actually powering up. Because we still have 10 points left. I know sneaking, I know lockpick, and I think strength and probably one-handed, because one-handed are pretty sweet and fast, and I do like that. Sure, yeah, that sounds like a plan. Now we shall not even bother trying to get on that bloody boat, because I do know that the paladins do not like that. You can, however, climb over this. You can do some really nice tightrope runs. It does work. I remember that being a pain in the ass. Yeah, Sure. Ask the random knight. What are paladins actually doing, Corvinus? Answer me, because I'm important? Question mark. Ah. Question is now, do we actually want to try our luck climbing this? I think we're actually going to get in trouble if we do this, but... Oh! As you can see, that's quite a bit of a pain to do that. And so, I have deigned that it is too early. Also, we will get on the chip later on anyway. To be fair, very much later on. We're talking a few chapters into the future. Now then, since we have now demonstrated just how much of a pain in the ass this could potentially be, let us go back to the other side and actually... Do I want to go to that island? Or even, actually, is that even the island I can reach? I think it is. I also think there is actually a monster. Also, I kind of played around with the field of view, no? The drawing distance. And nowadays, I can look very much far in the distance. Originally, I think with the original settings from the harbor, you can't even see that there's a little island out here. Really showcases how bloody much the things have changed, don't they? But you do have to be careful to not swim out too far, because there's actually a sea monster that can and will eat you. Quite literally. Okay, now, don't get yourself eaten. We're gonna go to this island, then we're gonna go to that island, and then we're gonna take a swim to where the shady guys are. Which is probably not a good idea, considering that means human enemies, and you have seen how bloody nice those can hit you and murder you. Also, I think this island is probably going to be a pain in the ass, because if memory serves, there actually are lizards here. And you just saw what lizards do to my health. That's the sort of thing you don't want to necessarily experience twice. Let alone even thrice. Holy hell, I can actually see the entrance to the sewers. You see that? They're straight ahead. You might not see it actually on the stream, but let's just say I can see it, and I'm very much surprised. I'm sitting here like, wow. It originally took me quite a while to figure that out. Didn't take me nearly as long to figure this one out, because, you know, pretty damn easy. Well, it isn't. Lizard crew. Now you could, technically speaking, try to snipe them, because they cannot climb. Which is a huge advantage compared to... And one of them has decided to go on for a swim. A very big advantage in comparison to humans who can and will climb after you. Do not forget, I am not very skillful with the bow. But it could be quite a wasted amount of time. You would think to yourself, can't be that hard to hit. I would say, oh well, you know nothing, my friend. You know, that's a waste of time. We should actually focus on getting a few more of the easier side quests done and get some strength and one-handed skill. Oh boy, we need one-handed skill going on for us. Because then you can actually make very much good use of your weapon. And technically even a very mediocre weapon, like the one I have, can be quite useful if actually used by someone who is skilled with it. Does wonders for your damage, actually. Game's like, I'm not gonna let you go down there. And I'm like, I wanna go down. You don't stop me. Also, that lighthouse up there. I remember that lighthouse. There's actually a quest for that lighthouse, too. A royal pain in the ass sort of quest. Actually, I think he wants us to clean out monsters and stuff, and there are some strong monsters up there. Not so easily done. I don't actually think there was anything at this ship. So I am kind of getting worried that I might be too far out. Which could end up very badly. No, don't do it. And a bit of this. I would say probably not the most worthwhile, but alas. Oh well. Hoppala. Well then, I guess that was it. So, to the beaches. Hard landing is probably gonna be at least a bit troublesome, considering that there's probably a bunch of shady people sitting around. At least according to that little fisherman. And as I like to point out again, we are not really the strongest. This will be a bit of a personal D-Day landing here. Less German machine guns, more probably bandits. That's quite the swim. But actually, maybe if I feel inclined, or something like it, I might actually at some point showcase the sea monster. It's not really much to see because you basically get out, you get medicated. It's like burp. The game makes pretty clear that it's your own bloody fault for being an idiot. So game, you really don't want me to get up here now, do you? You don't. This is a game telling you no. How is that gonna stop me from trying? I know. I'll get to this beach. I don't care if I have to jump all the way from the other one over to this one. I don't even care. I will do so. I will do so happily. Bloody smile on my face. Oh, then those are... Oh, this look like pirates. Yeah, game. Try stopping me. See how that works? Yeah? No? Good. Bad game. Hey, look at that. There's a chest here. Since I don't have lockpicks on Mars. Okay, one is that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. I do remember there are a few more lockpicks we can get, and a few more people who are selling them. Apart from Torben, who is probably the most trustworthy person in the whole wide world, going like, sure, I'll teach you how to lock picks, because sure, when you make your own chest and your own lock, you probably don't want to sit there having lost your key and be like, try it. Or something like that. I'm sure he is somewhat trying to make a point. Oh right, actually we also got the blessing of Adanos and Inners. So technically we should visit Torben anyway and give him the Actually, I do wonder sometimes, why is our nameless hero not just lying, you know? Like, so, did you get your blessing? Yeah, of course, Master Torben. Absolutely stone cold. No emotion whatsoever in his voice. I mean, what's he gonna do? Go over and talk to them about it? I guess he could. Don't think he would. See my point about him being a very trusting soul. But then again, you know, lying is bad.
There you are at last. I've been waiting here for hours. Just a moment. You're not a merchant from town, are you? Where is Baltram?
Baltram?
Smart kid. That's what I just said. That good-for-nothing junk merchant seems... If only I...
Who are you?
I don't see how that's any of your business.
Who?
Are you telling me you've never heard of Skip? I'm one of Corinthus' most wanted criminals. Me and my boys, come on. You must have...
You're a
Yes, damn it. That's plain to see. And across... I'm so bored. I could chew up...
Where do you...
You want to know where? If I tell you that, I might as... And, in case you would like to pay us a visit, the island of Corinthus is large, and no one ever gets to where we are anyway. And then you have to find your way through the cliffs as well. Nobody gets... There are only 2 people who know...
A lot of citizens are missing, and
damn it. It's not what you think it is.
Okay.
Do I look like a slave trader to you? No. We have shipped all kinds of things. First, it was just regular stuff. But then they started to kidnap the inhabitants of the city. All we did was...
Who are you?
The bandits, of course. Who else? And not just here.
Just...
A name? You want to know who's... I just can't. But I can show you where to find the boss of the... Have you got a decent map?
No.
Then I guess I'll have to... There's a very big farm far to the east.
I
He's got
know.
some fairly large fields. To the south, that's
I
where
know.
you'll find... I remember his name now. Dexter. Yes, I think they called him...
Where did you...
I already told you.
Oh, you're not gonna tell me, oh hey, you bloody... base, but that's not really important. We just solved a very, very long mystery. After all, we just found out where all the people gone. The pirates actually transported them to a unknown location, and we know who's responsible. That's a guy named Dexter. Now, of course, we know Dexter from the old camp of Gothic 1. Or you might think to yourself, how the hell did that end up happening? I didn't think Dexter was the kind of guy who would do that, and frankly, me neither. I was not at all thinking that he would do that. And I mean, why should I? But alas, you know, times change, people change, all of that nonsense about, you know, finding yourself and maybe or maybe not turning bad. Doesn't really matter. We know where he is. Well, at least we can know where he is. Because, you see, I might have forgotten a few of the details, sure. I would not even deny it, mostly because, as I said before, the world of Gothic 2 is a lot bigger than Gothic 1 was. But, I know. Oh boy, do I know. Yeah, while we're here, we can go to here, but this should be locked. Yes, it should be locked, because I know where this is supposed to lead. This is technically an entrance to the sewers of Varinis.
I'll never get this open without the right key.
I kind of figured as much. No, I'm kind of screwing over a bit here the way you're supposed to do things. Now, technically you can, of course, encounter that fisherman and learn of the bay and go over there, and then you basically learn where you need to go to get things done. Namely, you need to now go find Dexter and get that shit done. Ouch, there's fish. You thing look dangerous and hungry. I do not like that. Let me avoid you. Hey, Jack.
Ahoy, you landlubber. Looks like you're stranded here. You look a bit pale around the gills. Never mind, my lad.
So what are you doing here?
Back when I was a young man.
No
No big deal, not at all. I haven't been up there in 8.
Why not?
Ever since these scallywags took over my lighthouse, I haven't dared get... They're criminals from the valley. There was this big bang on the other side of the mountains, and they swarmed all over the land. I think they're on the lookout. Let them. Then at least they...
Do you come?
I always say, a harbor is the gate to the world. Once the harbor goes to the dogs.
Tell me about
The harbor of Corinus, there's nothing but riffraff hanging about. The ships don't...
Well, that sounds bad. So why don't you leave then?
Nobody would take an old seat. Most people think that old Jack's got the gout and
And are they right?
balderdash.
Boulder Dash.
Once I've got those planks beneath me feet again, I'll feel like a young whippersnapper.
Also you claim.
What do you mean?
Look at them, the lazy rabble. Most of them don't even know what work is. I tell you, stay away from them.
Why are the
They all say that once the war is over, everything will... I tell you, a sailor feels that in his blood, and I can...
So basically screwed, yeah? Well, so far so good, I suppose. We can't really do much about that. Yeah, I know you turn in my direction. I know you're an important person, an important NPC. I'm gonna talk to you when I have time.
What do you... My name is Brahim. Since you're new here, maybe it's quite affordable.
Is it?
So I've heard.
Mm-hmm,
Just look around.
That was obvious all along.
Show me.
I could have told you that before.
Now, those maps are bloody damn pricey.
It's not what I heard.
And
Come back again.
now it is a bit of a tradition I'm very much proud of. The last guy, Graham, who had his maps, and this nice little sketch. I beat the living shit out of him. And now, think what I'm going to do with this guy. This is after all the harbor, you know. That means I can...
It's totally on. You really believe that? As if I...
Jesus Christ.
Nothing surprises me anymore.
And I will beat the guy up. Oh, there's no actually really over the
Let's wait and see.
needed reason for that actually, now that you think about it, but you know, a tradition is a tradition just for being a tradition. Whee! Well, I'm very much sorry to say, but if at all possible, I would like to.
Nothing's ever going to change that.
You're gonna beat me with your bare fist, man. I've got him in the corner now. I've got him going out. Swing that fucking thing like your life depends on it. It does not really depend on it, but you know.
They're smashing!
How are you blocking my spiked thingy with your fists? It's truly beyond me. Come on. I mean, seriously, we've been going at this for, what, a minute almost? Jesus Christ. Yeah, one tough son of a bitch, aren't ya? Phew. Took a while.
Hey,
That was rather satisfying.
what do you do?
I'm building a ship because I want to get out of here. But the way it looks right now,
Why are you in?
soon the orcs will...
What makes you think that?
Boy, have you noticed the paladins running around? I tell you, they're here because the orc...
Well, anyway, can I
Can I
help?
help?
Yes, you can. Find out what... And I have to know if the orcs will attack. One of the bastards was even... Just bring me all the... I need to know how much time...
Mm-hmm.
As to that, yeah, don't worry about them. The city.
Good. If you find...
I've got some in.
Let's hear...
They're stuck in the Valley of Mines. To be on the safe side, the
Good. If you find...
What's going?
The orcs are breathing down our...
I only want to...
The biggest problem we have is that there aren't enough. To be honest, there's only one ship here, and that...
Yeah, you don't say.
Why can't...
Oh, we have thousands of problems. The hull still... But I have hardly any gold left to buy new material. My boys don't work productively. One wants a fast ship as if we didn't have... Also, one of my people is simply not...
Well, you're short of work, eh?
You're one...
Yes. His name is... That lazy pig is probably living the high life on a...
I've heard that...
Just what I'm saying. Farum, the fisherman, told me something similar. I bet that...
Yeah, sure. The orcs. Come on, that's not a very reasonable thing. The orcs have a lot of hobbies. Kidnapping people, not so much. Murdering people, however. Oh boy. Pretty good at that. Can sing you a nice little song about that. Mostly because, yeah, I got murdered by orcs. A lot. Now then, we have that out of the way, we have that out of the way. But frankly, it looks pretty good so far. I wonder, what are you guarding, my friend? You see, the good thing is, in the harbor, you don't really get into trouble for beating people up. So if I were to, for example, go up there and challenge the guy to a fight and eradicate him a little bit, yeah, nobody's really gonna bet much of an eye about it. Which, of course, makes him a prime subject to getting a beating. I really would like to use it, but look at that. It's too bloody short.
Hey, you got...
Who are you?
That's none of your business. The boss of... Hey, the storeroom was under my supervision, got it?
Yeah. I'm definitely not strong enough to do that in style. I don't want to start running around, but especially not in a closed off area like this. That's gonna end up very badly. Oh well, we will remember that. Mostly because I'm very good at, you know, holding a grudge. If nothing else. That is something I'm very good at. Hey, I'm feeling better.
Say, you pack...
See, he's just like...
Come back again.
He just beat me half to death. Fun, isn't it? No, then I think this guy is actually also somebody who's gonna... Well, one of them, one of the bodyguards here is gonna force you to actually fight.
Really? How interesting.
Used to say that myself. I'm staying out of it.
You're not gonna stop me. That's very nice of you, actually. You're just like wing, swing, swing.
Hey, you have no business up here.
What's up here?
This is the provisions store. I am the provisions master here, and I'm responsible for so keep your hands to you.
Can you sell me?
You want to buy? Let's say that if you could compensate me.
Does that happen often?
As long as the provisions master says that.
I see. Farum the fisherman has problems.
And what do I have?
You have a certain amount of influence. Farum needs your protection.
I see what you mean. Fish. As if I didn't have enough crap to deal with. Tell your pal he should come to me and tell me exactly what. I'll take care.
Nice.
What do you...
Then pay it.
Ah, look at that. A master sword. The damage is awesome. It is a dexterity sword. That's one of the special things that came with the second Gothic 2. The second Gothic 2, yeah, that's a sentence. With Gothic 2, Roman sword, not so much. Giant machete. The machete, giant machete is all nice and dandy, but you know. Longsword 70. Iron short sword, not bad at all. 25 for 50 damage, boom. I actually...
All don't.
Although I will stay with my original argument, you should really only sell to 1 or 2 merchants, if at all possible. Mainly because otherwise you are going to... you're gonna get... gonna lose it. And at some point you might want to buy something back and you don't know.
I know how.
And how would...
Martin, the provisions master of the Paladins, wants...
And you think he...
At least that's...
Great, thank you. I found this strange blue... I don't think it's worth a whole...
So
I've seen...
Yeah, I think we all have seen better times. Now, can I actually use that? I can. Now then, let's do the ultra fast cooking techniques we have learned. Wom wom wom.
What with?
I think I will choose... yeah, who actually? I do need to have a bit of variety. Yes, I do have a need for that, because, for example, Bossbar buys skins for a higher price. Which is, of course, something you want. You want to get the best possible price. Obviously. Doesn't really take a genius to figure that out.
Hey, do you need fish?
Can you...
Missing people? This is a hard... The sea is treacherous. Captains of large vessels will always sign on new sailors. And if they don't find any volunteers...
Nobody wants to know.
Are you... Me? No.
Do you know...
No idea.
What ship would...
Good question.
Yeah, we are not making much of a point.
Show me your...
Now, to deal with you, I need to actually find something. As you can see, he is not the most talkative, not the nicest person in the world. But there's a reason for that. He is, of course, hiding a bit of secret. Whee!
What do you want here? Go!
Nothing. Citizen.
Smart kid.
I don't think I'll be able to get this.
Hey, you! What are you creeping around there for?
Hey, you're not quite as stupid as you look.
Shut up. I do what I want. I creep around where I want. You cannot stop me. Well, to be fair, for the moment they absolutely can stop me. Quite easily, even.
What do you want here? Go!
Nothing.
Smart kid.
I'm not even here. Of course I'm not even here.
What do you want here? Take your paws off that.
Shit, that woman can fight.
You have no business being here.
No.
From now on, keep your...
I just needed to do a bit more damage there. Get this done with. Oh, well. Can't do anything about it.
Smart kid.
What are you cooking then?
Oh, fish soup. You can try a plate.
What can you...
Most citizens
aren't...
Yeah, sure. Can you cook me some soup?
I cook for everybody. For you too, if you want. All you need to do is bring me a fish.
Could you cook...
Nothing could be...
Could you cook...
No, not...
Okay. I heard something strange. I think you are stuck.
What do you want here? Go! Smart kid.
Well, at some point, in the darkest of night, you will learn that I am Very creative when it comes to personal rights.
Hey, what led you into this poor area?
I'm just looking.
Huh? Then you better not. It would seem that we have a few thieves in the city. The city guard recently turned the harbor district.
What do you...
Nothing. But all the citizens are scared. And if don't get caught in strange houses, yeah, you gotta protect yourself against thieves. A sturdy cudgel.
Can you teach...
I'm forging a few fittings and they... But I don't know enough about forging. Well, if you want to learn that, go see. But if you want to train your muscles a bit...
How much do you...
50 gold pieces.
Bloody hell, everybody is more than willing to take my best. My fucking money. Then again... Then again... This is actually the second alchemy guy. Who can also teach you some stuff.
Ah, you've come just in time. Sure you're eager.
Easy, my friend. For...
I have developed a new... I've already successfully carried out a few practical...
What's in it for...
I could teach. I know the recipes for healing.
Tell me more.
The spell serves to make somebody... So far, I have only found it to work when even if he has only witnessed such a deed.
So I'm supposed to knock somebody...
Yes, I think you get the point. But to make somebody angry, so you should pick somebody who's by himself. Also, it makes no sense to cast the spell on...
All right.
Then take this spell once you're done.
There are some people who would very much count towards that. Actually, this is... Yeah, this is actually the other side of the little storage area there. The one that we already, stole from. Hey, Torm, I've got my...
Wait a minute.
Got my blessings.
How about your...
Has Vot...
Yes.
And did you... Oh,
Yes, I did.
then you shall...
Can you...
If I haven't...
And surprisingly enough, you have. Thank you very much, Master Torben. Oh, we pleased you, I don't think there are many more to please. I mean, apart from this little...
That's the first I've heard of it.
Tentacle.
Everybody knows by now.
About the...
If you cannot...
I see.
Quite obvious.
How late is it actually? No, not there. 20.
Now then.
Get out of my bed!
Shut up, man. I needed that sleep. Mostly because I want to go over here.
Listen to me.
That's just Bertark, because in here should now be... King Valentino. Now the problem is if I beat him up where people can see me.
Hey. Well, what have we here?
Have you no manners? That's disgusting. Oh, is this filthy rabble? Haven't you a job where you ought to be?
It's the middle of the night.
I suppose no one would miss a down-at-heel fella like you, hey? Well, if you had as much gold as I do, you wouldn't have to work either. But you'll never be that rich.
See?
I see I'm gonna have lots of fun with you. I asked you who you are.
I am Valentino, the handsome, bon vivant and ladies' man. Poor in cares, rich in wisdom and gold, and the women throw themselves at me. If you have problems, keep them. I don't need them.
Yep, he's the kind of person. Just that kind of person.
If you have anything...
Make yourself popular, never promise anything to anyone, take what you can, and or with jealous husbands, of course. They're the...
He listened to the wrong people.
Looks like I'm a...
Doesn't matter to me. Thrash me all you want, but you'll have to run around with that mug of...
That's not what I heard.
The main problem is if we beat him up here.
Put away that... Not bad.
Yeah, kinda figured it would be the case. It would probably be a lot easier to just use magic again. Should we stop? Oh, I could, you know, start moving around. Actually, what do I have? Spell-wise, an ice arrow. Oh, a fireball.
But they're My God, how brutal.
200 gold pieces just for that. Also, a walking stick. Which is a very poor weapon, but again, if you actually have a bit more strength than what I have, you can actually make good use of that.
Oh man, my head.
Wait a minute.
Leave me alone. Wait until Lord On...
Now you see, now he's pissed off. Now's the time to use Bloody Oblivion!
Hey, you!
And see? As good as new. Now we got his key and we got money out of that. Not just a paltry amount, mind you, 200 gold is something. Yeah, that is something I'm very much happy to have. You can also go to the money lender and actually, you know, do precisely what it is you will expect. Namely, get yourself some money. But alas, he's actually going to make sure that you get the reminder to pay him back. And for being right now, I don't think I actually would have, you know, enough strength to convince them.
I used the...
Fine, fine.
Yes, it worked.
Excellent. Now, I could also give you...
Instruct me
to prepare a potion, and you're going to need
Show me...
Also, he's the one who has the transform into a dragon snapper and stuff like this. This is just ultimately very fucking powerful stuff. Believe you me. You can use that and you can do horrible things to everyone who is dumb enough to stand in your way. Oh boy, is that fun. The only disadvantage is there aren't that many scrolls. One very large disadvantage. Also, you don't get XP for leveling up. HP for leveling up. Which means, let's say you make 3 level ups, and usually for every level up you get...
Hey, you're not quite as stupid as you look.
A bunch of HP added to your total max. None of those will be not given. Which is a bit of a problem in the long run. You're going to be very much weak. I like the idea that all of your chests are open. Oh, it's raining. It's raining. Just rain. Be less of a hallelujah. But, you know, take what you can get and such. How many lockpicks do I actually have left? 8. That is indeed not much. So yes, I really couldn't resist, you know, going a bit of a night stroll.
Smart kid.
Hey, you! What are you creeping around there for?
I'm not creeping around.
Hey, you! What are you creeping around there for?
I'll give that woman this. She is quite dedicated to her art. And the fact that she's still out and about in the bloody middle of the night. Not many would go that far, mind you. She would. For all we know, that's all she has in life. Beggar, fish. What's the man supposed to do? I only have 8 left.
You have no business being here. Take your paws off of that. From now on, keep your paws off stuff that isn't yours.
Well, that does kind of happen sometimes. Where they're just awakened for some reason and very much decide that you should actually not be there. Which, to be fair, is absolutely true. I should not be here, but oh well. You think that's gonna stop me? Yeah, no, me bloody not nearly as well as you should. But let's avoid that. Technically speaking, there's one house I would very much like to plunder, which is the house of the moneylender, of course, because he's lending money. I would assume that in his house he will have money.
What do you want here? Go!
Take your paws off. From now on, keep your paw.
From now on, keep your man. I'm not gonna do that, you know that. Why the hell would I do that? I'm a born thief, guys. I have the ultimate power. I can reload. See? I'm definitely not the sort of thief you can stop for long. Mostly because I'm actually willing to take the also, it's the bloody fucking harbor. It's not like they have anything in their little chests that's really, you know, worth all that much. Now then, I think I will go to the moneylender. Actually, give me a torch because it's, well, it's brighter. Yes, it's still dark. Not here. Now then, let's see. Your bodyguard should be gone by this hour, I believe. Yes, yes, yes. Da 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 dum, da 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 dum. Da 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 dum, da 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 dum, da 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 dum, dum 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 dum. Lamer, hello, hello, don't bite me. Silver blades. Da 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 dum, da 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 dum, da 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 dum. Technically speaking, it would be even better if we could knock him down.
Get your paws off.
From now on, keep your paws off stuff that is no concern.
That is concern. That is very concerning. It's concerning me personally. Can't you see my eagerness get involved in this matter. Probably not a good argument. Da-da-da-dum, da-da-da-dum. I will actually not completely steal every bloody chest inside of Corina's. For one thing, it's a pain in the ass to do so. And secondly, yeah, actually just that. It's a pain in the ass to do. But we're not gonna do that. Also, I have my own save game in worst case if I really, want to go for the install everything. That save game has that. A lot of time actually went into that one. I remember that. Running all throughout Carina's, murdering, well, not necessarily alright, murdering. Murder you don't really make many friends with. Or you could say surprisingly little were friends. Now then, where would I find a free bed? So do I want to chase the Rengaru? Not really.
Do you really believe that?
Everybody knows by now.
There's nothing.
But I guess it's part of the quest, So what are we now gonna do? We're gonna go to boss bar. We're gonna buy that belt. Because that belt actually is one that gives me even more protection when worn with the leather armor even more. Probably better than the belt of force right now. Before we do that, we are going to play a round of tag with Rengaru.
I can't take care of everything for everybody.
These are bad times.
Let us see then.
Jorah said,
Damn it!
Okay.
That's not what
He's running. I know where he's running. Daddy. Oh, that guy really has taken some sweet drugs. Sleep. Now the question is, and I think I remember the answer to that.
Hey, you! Gotcha! You stole from Jorah in broad day,
So I've come to tell you that you're a...
I deserve a share of the loot.
All right, looks like I have no choice. I'll share half with you.
All right, give me half then.
Here's your half, and now let me go.
I should turn...
What else do you want? I've got...
Why would I want...
In the city, it's always good to know. I could put in a good word for you. I can't...
Get lost.
Oh,
I'm such a nice guy. No, it's also because he's actually technically speaking right. It is good to know the right people, and technically speaking, knowing the local Thieves Guild is part of that, knowing the right people.
By the explicit order of the Honorable Lord Hagen, the following decree is hereby enacted. By reason of the imminent danger
I still got 10 points, and I probably want to learn at least a bit of one-handed or strength. Strength only really makes sense if you actually have a weapon. I really have one, but it would do well for my damage. Do I actually know somebody who... General information, learning Corinus. Use magic, teach me archery, can help me improve my dexterity. Mortis can help me train myself. Mortis. And Karl. Both are willing to train strength. Okay.
It's an open secret.
Where the fuck was Mortis? I don't even remember. Probably not a good sign. So that is Lord Andre. And he is usually quite a bit of a busy person.
Hey, you! I want to get...
Of course you do.
Okay. Could have figured so, but I was kind of like, oh no, sure he's not going to be such an asshole about it. Of course he is. I guess I'm going to have to pay for that then too.
By the explicit order of the Honorable Lord Hagen, the following decree is hereby enacted.
Right, but at this point I could then also go out in the world and actually get some more training done so we can actually spend a few more points. I want to get my strength and stuff to 29. Yeah. See? Mika want to talk to me.
Hey, not so fast.
From the city.
Well. Then what are you doing?
What's so
Many things. I bet you'll be yelling for my help.
Just to...
I am merely a humble servant of the king, and would not enjoy fleecing your help. But you know, if you put it like that, I wouldn't object to 10 gold coins should do for...
I'll think about it.
Suit yourself.
Have a nice death. Thank you very much. See, at least he's polite about it. He wishes me a nice death. Well, that is around Corinus. This path has not been maintained very well. Oh well. I don't know about you, but when I see a cave, a few meat bugs inside, I can't really help myself now, can I? Hunger, meat bug! Feel my power! Also, if I hear that right, I hear a beast nearby. Would be a wolf. Which would be good because we need some pelts, of course. That's more scrolls. Could also be pretty much everything. Including, but not limited to, a shadow beast, which you don't really wanna meet that actually most likely at all. Even worse, it's an orc and a wolf. Alright, that's one of the places where you can get an orc weapon. As you might have figured out, what the little myth boy meant when he said get me an orc weapon was not go out in the wilderness and pick some up. He meant actually slay an orc. Which, I think at what point in time we actually are, is unlikely to happen without much effort. And I don't like that idea very much. I would much rather, you know, slay them at my oh bloody time. Oh, fight me, Wolfie! Okay, that's a reasonable amount of damage. That is something I can deal with. That means things go like this. I can deal with round about maybe 3 of them without actually having to care pretty much. Now since, and that's actually something we talked about the last time, this is area down here. I don't remember if there are any caves or any such nonsense around here. I do know that there's some those field raiders, which are generally speaking not nearly as much of a problem. Yeah, round about as strong as your typical wolf. It's actually worth the same amount of XP too, so you know. Not really. Walks, and I see a bloody shadow beast in the distance. And it is the sort of thing where the only real choice at this point in the game is running away very much fast. And it is not a shame. But don't get me wrong. Technically speaking, and that has always been the truth. Being one of those ones, if you're willing to wait and you have the time, you can beat a bloody freaking troll with a bloody fucking your bloody fucking fists, if you so desire. But question is then, of course, do you want to do that? I personally would say no. Tough little bastard, isn't he? Oh, good that I brought meat. Yeah, they can actually land some very nasty hits. You're pretty much better off to never ever forget that. We have made another level up, which means we have already 20 more points to spend. At 20 points in strength is well, maybe not something to necessarily write home about, but it's definitely something to take along. Pretty sweet so far. Come on. Oh, I do kinda like this beginning stage. Yeah, basically the only thing that determines your victory is your skill, or your lack thereof. And that's pretty much it. You don't really have much more. I do have a bit of a need for a bit more armor, I suppose. But oh well, can't really do much about that now, can I? Maybe the problem is that he's not really skilled at actually swinging that thing, which means you fail quite often when you just swing wildly. Bit of a problem. Again, as I said before, this is absolutely doable. Takes a while. And actually, I think I kind of underestimated them a bit. They actually are a bit tougher than your average Wolfie. But oh well, I started and I'm planning to finish this. Not the other area though, that would be suicide. Wargs and shadow beasts and oh, there was also a boar there, I believe. Yeah, you do not want to get involved with that. At least not this early. Yeah, swinging my little thing gives me a lot of appetite. So what? I have a problem with that. Huh? Thought so. I thought so as well. Da-dee-da-dee-da. Come here. I really would like to do some, you know, actual crit damage sometimes. That would help. Excuse me. And suddenly my nose was like, near. Itchy. That's what's bloody hot, isn't it? I need to do something about that. Actually, interesting thing, when you have a good rhythm going, you deal with them. Actually, in that case, I suppose beasts are a bit more forgiving than humans. Humans are a pain in the ass to deal with. Mostly because they can also use the same bloody moves as you. And they make a lot better use of the circling tactic as I do. Which, you know, kind of problem. Kind of bit of a problem. Can I climb here? The answer is of course I can. I fell down. That was not where I wanted to fall down though. I do? Yeah, I kinda remembered seeing those sitting here from the very beginning when we were standing up there. It was like, more. Won't. But that direction is suicide. And as much as I do like to have a challenge, I do know when I'm completely outmatched. Also, Gothic isn't necessarily the sort of game where you go for the most challenging thing for no bloody good reason. Swamp weed. Not much else though. Okay, even more swamp weed. Swamp weed. You roll together a nice little drug. It does everything. Including, but not limited to, the laundry. Or at least it does so in your head, which is the good thing. And then you wake up and you're probably not gonna feel much better. Oh well. The drugs are for losers anyway, aren't they? Now then, this is out of the way. So amongst the first jobs we have... shit. Cleaning the ways between the city and stuff is one of the earliest things you have to do. Which is precisely what we are going to do, of course. We are going to go ahead and clean the area between here and Akil's farm, I'd say. Boom. Stop avoiding me, giant rat. At some point, we will get hit. Swear to God. Stop it. Good. Yes. Done very well. Now then a gobble. That's something we can deal with. What? You wanna piss me off, little gobble? Come here, bitch boy. Typical gobble. Always thinking he's something. Let's be honest here. It was always clear to see how this would end. And now we have left side to Akil, and if we follow this path, yeah, there's the wolfie I was thinking, and there's actually a plundered caravan, I believe, pretty close by, under an overhang, I believe. Jesus, when even the wolfies have more range than you. Okay, now you're doing it wrong, weapon-wise. Well. Good thing is though, you find so much bloody stuff just on the wayside, so it's not like you're reasonably going to run out of healing items. I'm all red. Probably a good idea to heal. So I probably can do a bit more cooking. I don't need to, I still have lots of stuff, including fish. That was fast. You wanna deal with me? I wanna deal with you. Also, I think in the original Gothic, weren't you worth 2? If memory serves. Yeah, I believe you were worth 2 little thingies. Raw meat. That was the word combination I was looking for. Oh. Kinda messing it up, my friend. Okay. Well, let us run away first. Then we eat some ham. And then we go back in. Why do you always stop your combination? Just need to continuously attack. Be better. I could use healing herbs, you know, but I could.
That's exactly what I said. That will never change.
No, the other's locked. Well, they were locked, and I'm getting 3 out of that. I broke 1 and I got 3. Pretty good deal.
I'll never get this open without the right key.
Oh, I need a key for it, you say. I don't remember. But then again, like before, this world is pretty damn big. You have, well, a lot of stuff actually around. Actually, isn't this Wolf's Tooth? Yeah, I freaking knew it. A Wolf's Tooth is another one of those weapons where it's like, these stats are pretty damn nice and neat, and I would like to have that. Very much so. The range. It's such a bloody short sword. I mean, there's short swords, and then there's this thing. I'm sure out there somewhere in the whole wide world there's somebody who has a bloody fetish for exactly this little sweet weapon. It's like, yeah, its shortness is actually its greatest advantage. And, yeah, just try to convince yourself of that for long enough. I'm sure it's gonna turn true. At least not for the rest of the world. The rest of the world is gonna be like, nope. Okay. That's 45 damage at 22 strength. Would almost actually use that. And I would. Bloop. Bloop. Good old-fashioned Dark Paladin. Maybe a bit of gin to round that thing up. Look, look, look. We're just standing here getting drunk. Yeah, sure. Some milk. Everything that takes forever to consume. Basically. Water. You really only can do 2 things with those bloody things, especially later when you get even more HP. Sell them, and I'll only ever use them when you have, you know, all the bloody time in the world. See how fast you can eat a whole fish. Yeah, that takes some skill. No, don't drop fish. Fish important. Now we've cleaned out this area, so now we can actually go back here. Go up to Akil's little farm, which is up here. And of course, there's gonna be trouble here. Why is there gonna be trouble here? Because of course there's gonna be trouble here. Have you ever expected to have a peaceful day here? This world. Whenever there's a peaceful day, we're gonna destroy that peacefulness immediately by stealing something, getting caught, and you know. And this is actually the big path to the lighthouse. So basically I can tell you where you're gonna end up. Now, what you wanna do here is fight off the mercenaries, which is a rather interesting thing because basically what you're doing here is when you fight them, you murder them. And nobody on Honor's Hof is like, oh god, he murdered some of our people. We're sure we want this guy around. Yeah, of course not. Come here, Beach. I'm gonna murder you. Are you the young or the adult variant? The adult variant. At least that means you're worth some XP. Though I will admit, if you get hit by them, they can hurt quite a bit. I mean, yikes. That's some bloody freaking damage. They're kind of sitting here like, yeah, only giving me 80 XP. But you make me eat a lot of my stuff. Which is not a problem, honestly. We haven't even started actually using our healing plants and stuff. You do, however, have to be careful when you actually move into the woods here, because there's some nasty stuff around. And, I mean, if you want to be really, really safe, heavy with your resources, what you can do is basically you murder one of them, you get hit, of course, then you run back into the little farmhouse, sleep in the beds for a day, and, you know, come back here. It's such a cheap move. Not a fan. You can do it, it's just too bloody cheap to really interest me personally. Now, since I know that one hit basically can almost kill me, I'll be damned if I don't save between those. I mean, that's worth it XP-wise. Especially considering the fact that I don't really make, you know, a lot of damage happen. Quite frankly, I'm a bit helpless when it comes to that. No, 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 no. Yeah, come here, Beach. Come on. Be shy. They hurt when they hit. I'll give them that. They don't hurt enough to actually, you know, impress me, but they do hurt. Yeah, drink some wine. Because that's totally not gonna take bloody forever. I mean, wine actually has a value. It's the only reason why you actually keep it, because you can sell it. Yeah, still only 20, but you know. 20 value is 20 value. You have to be reasonable here. But I think the only real creature that would pose a bit of a problem would be if we were to run into that bloody boar that's right next to the lighthouse. That boar is a pain in the ass. I mean, generally speaking, boars in this game are a pain in the ass. They have quite a fast attack pattern, which is not really something you want to really deal with. Not at least until you can actually take a few more hits. Right now I'm basically, you know, as you see, pretty much. What you see is what you get. Yeah, bloody hell. It is not the definition of good. Also, I see a bloody boar. Come on, climb. I know you can do it. I believe in you. A little nameless hero. Nobody else believes. I shall. Dum dum dum. Now the question is, can we get up the other side without getting overly familiar with that? No, but there are two of them. And they have tusks. You don't want to get that. You really don't. And there's always when I see woods, I'm like, exploration time. Really gets me going. I mean, it is part of the adventure, mind you. It wouldn't even be much of an adventure if there weren't, you know, some good old-fashioned exploration to do. But this too is not the most best use of fish, value-wise, because, technically speaking, you can turn every last fish into fish soup. If you're willing to sleep a day every bloody time. I mean, if you're willing to do that, sure. You can get that done. But, personally I would say, no reason to really bother. It's just not worth it. One of you at a time, please. Only one. Only one at a time. Da, da, da. I mean, once you find a good pattern, it is pretty good. Still, I would very much like to do a bit more damage here. We are basically moving on razor's edge here. And that is actually something I do not enjoy at all. Technically speaking, we're not going to get much tougher in the way of oh, well, it's sheer endurance. Apart from getting hit points. Which, mind you, we will, but as we don't get really much more in the way of armor right now. And actually for quite a while. It's a walk, if I ever heard one. If it's black and it sounds like a wolf, then it's a walk. It's a walk. You want to run away. Actually, you don't even want to engage, because those things are actually fast enough to catch up to you. And bite you. They bite hard. A wolf from the wildlands. It would be a shame if somebody were to come around and slaughter that creature, wouldn't it? Well, great. I'll admit, my planning at some point was better. Bloody scavenger. You have ultimately very bad timing. I don't know where that scavenger in particular is going. Tried our best. Well, can happen when you overdo it. Overconfidence is quite the murder. Now then, since we have now learned something very important, They have a very annoying pattern, which makes, yeah, the boss pretty damn dangerous. Just gonna make this hunt very interesting. Ah, hunting in the woods. All the dangers around. Really does make it interesting, doesn't it? Ouch. I knew I heard something. I had some hopes.
Nothing to be had there.
At least some hopes that it wouldn't be a walk, and my belief was actually for once satisfied in a good way. Eating a whole bread, no problem, because of course not. Eating 3 whole breads, yeah. My stomach is an endless dark hole that just absorbs stuff and instantly turns it into energy. This case, health. Now then. Now, at some point we have to go back, because we want to go to Akil's farm, generally speaking. But you know, who can resist that chance? And it is like it is, you know, there are quite a few creatures in these woods that could quite easily murder us. Like this. I mean, you have seen, we have beaten quite a few of those little nasties in our time, but you can get unlucky, of course. That can happen. I think that makes the early game interesting in a way. So we actually do need to focus quite a bit on what nonsense we're actually doing. Yeah, bitch boy. I believe in my power. So far. So good. How far is it actually? Not that far actually to the next level. However, I don't think I'm actually going to be that lucky. Come on. I mean, it is 80 per pop, don't get me wrong, that's quite a bit of XP. That's as much as I think actually the boss also give 80, I don't even remember. Think so? Maybe? I hear a goblin. That's not a goblin. That is a goblin skeleton. And you might be thinking to yourself, well, it's still just a goblin, just a dead one, but no. We don't want to fight that. I do have to, you know, apologize, but I don't really remember which corners of the woods hold which creatures. I mean, generally I do, but not in specific cases like this. Which, means we need to... I know that sound. Jesus, for a moment I was like, what's that sound? Of course I know what that sound is. That sound is death. Now let's see if we can get ourselves a nice little wolfie. Come here, wolfie. Whee! Jesus. Two wolves. Yeah, still pretty much on the side of... Oh boy. I don't like that very much. Also, going deep into the forest. That also doesn't sound like a good idea. Yeah, Gothic 2 has kinda redefined what creature is what, basically. Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, now suddenly you can actually beat up wolves rather easily. I mean, that's an undead or an orc. Considering there's a walk there, that's an orc. And very much luckily for us, he has managed to get himself stuck, so we are going to run away. Oh, look, a scavenger. Quite tough little scavenger. Also, you still don't give as much in the way of actual meat. I still eating Gothic 1. You've been on a diet, my little ones. Since they died, however, is to my disadvantage, I dislike it. You seem kinda stuck. Well, guess that solves that problem, eh? And oh, there's another wolf. Now we do need to kill a few wolfies for their pelts. But that is a rather fitting thing. Also, there's a cave, and actually, there's a good chance that there's something horrible in that cave. Including, but not limited to, of course, an orc. Another one. Me a wolfie. Oh yeah! I always hate it when he stars. Mid-swing, click. That seems dangerous.
You're in for it now.
Bandits! Even one with an... That's a nice little joke. He's like, stop, you lowlife, while he is named Bandit. So you know. Oh shit, that's kind of surprised me and scared me for a moment. Why do you put your weapon away? I mean, I admire your confidence. But you know, maybe, just maybe a bit much on the confidence there. Mid-swamp combat. Just weapon away. I'm superior. Don't even try me. Everybody else. Oh shit, he's dead. And that was quite close to dying. For no good reason. Oh, I murdered all of your friends. They were worth not much, to be wise. Let's see, I'm supposing here you're probably going to be worth a lot more. You're probably going to be a lot more dangerous.
You're in for it now.
Yeah, he can.
So much for you, lowlife.
Oh, it's never in the lowlife called you lowlife. Kinda disturbing. Just kinda. Oh well. You shall come back with better equipment, because I cannot be asked to fight you at fair and square. I mean, what do you think I am? Seriously. All the fire stuff. Did you produce that for? Yes, I think there was. One of the alchemistic things. What is mana? Could be. Could be that you'd actually use it for mana training. Mana potion thingy burbs. That could actually be. Single lonely healing route. Nowhere. Now see, that's the mercenary confrontation, and that's not necessarily confrontation. It is absolutely fair.
Hey, you! What's up? It's been a long time since we've seen a stranger. I hope I'm not wrong. I'm Egil, and the strange bird over there is my brother. How's the... Great! If those miserable field raiders weren't... Why don't you do... You're joking. Since I've been on this farm, but alas, new one...
You don't say. Well, I just murdered a few more of them, and I mean, you know, you could pay me for that.
Who are... My name is Enem, and the half pint over there is my... We've been working here on the farm for... How's the... Do you want to help? There's another hole back there. You just have to make sure that the field raiders don't surprise you.
Why don't you...
I've killed more of them than I can count.
Your brother...
What? That loafer? He always disappears just as soon... He shouldn't be talking such nonsense.
I'm pretty sure I can make them go at each other. I'm pretty sure. But doesn't that sound funny? Then let us ignore the very nasty creatures down there and... I mean, also, that's actually a rather interesting build you can have. You can go for a full dexterity build and actually use your bow. Oh boy. When you're getting better at positioning, you kind of some very nasty things. At this point in time, everybody should be outside. Which means we can get in here and steal all their shit. Because after you solve that situation, they'll actually come inside. Whoop. And why, yes, it's not really much we're getting out of this. I cannot afford not to take it. Look at it. Look at that nonsense. Whee! But first let us get the brothers to attack each other.
Hey! Your brother what that he has also done away...
What? That loser can tell him he shouldn't...
Yes, Marsha, I'm gonna tell your brother that he's an idiot.
Hey, you! Your brother...
What? He'd better watch out. Go and tell him.
I will, but first I will actually wanna check out if you would be very much pissed if I murdered your sheep. I mean, not very good reason, apart from the fact that it's worth money. Nobody saw that, right? Mercenaries are like, we're gonna continue our talk here. We have seen nothing.
Enem is a bit... He shouldn't puff himself up so much.
Hey! I think the two...
The bastard didn't give in. I'll tear out his...
Why don't you tell him...
I'll do that.
Oh, she's running over there. Jam. Oh, we're gonna find out who is the king of the ring. Enim Egil. We're taking bets now. Oh, don't worry, there's no reason why I'm staying close. Oh, that looks good. Egil is in a good position here. Egil. You have got this in the bag. You've got it in the bag, man.
Thanks for the gold, you hero. I think I'd better take this weapon. There. Wait a minute. Haven't you done enough damage?
You call that enough damage? Steady close. Yes. I get first dibs looting.
Oh, my head.
Wait a minute.
Do you want to cause even more trouble?
Trouble? I didn't cause any trouble. I just did what you told me. I had no ulterior motive whatsoever. None. Whatso bloody ever. Now let's ignore the obvious conflict and see if there's anything else down that we need to take. Just a farmer. Just a farmer boy. No. This seems like a situation where I don't really want to get involved. Why are you screaming your name, Randolph?
Hey, you! Everything all right?
As soon as anyone says anything wrong around here, the dance starts.
Will you join the fight?
I'm not just gonna stand here when the ruck.
Interesting. Yeah,
Those
what about you?
cutthroats are threatening my husband. We are citizens of the town, Lord. Now don't you just stand there.
Do I want to get involved? I'm not really strong enough to do this. Looking good about it.
Don't have to ask me that.
Hey!
I think it's just because he likes to drink, yeah? I kinda see that. Kind of sitting in the corner, screaming his own name.
Is there
for no bloody good reason.
No, everything's fine.
Sweating, nervous.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
It's better to watch out who you tell what.
Hasn't seemed like they actually have
whatever it is that brought you here.
Uh-huh. Actually, I can get... Oh, actually, right. Actually, that's an option, isn't it? I can get... I can tell Mika that shit is going down and he's gonna come attack them. That's a good idea. Or rather, a good reminder. Thank you very much. That is gonna help me. Because I don't think I'm in any position to do this without a lot of reloading otherwise. Let's save that trouble. Actually, I sure hope I can get him right now, otherwise I'm gonna have to run back and talk to the other one. Wait, the marshback actually. I mean, I'm willing to fight many things. Field riders, wolves, the occasional gobo. But 2 fully armed and armored mercenaries. Yeah, no, that doesn't sound like something yeah, at all. Let's not do that. Yo, Mika. Well then. Okay, first things first.
Wonderful.
I need your help.
If it's absolutely necessary.
The farmer Akil is under attack by mercenaries.
I don't like to pay him.
Those riffraff are hanging around on Akil's farm.
Sure, I'm gonna follow you. Be the hero, Mika, for once. I mean, no. Nobody ever said that there can only be one hero. This is the hour of Mika. Great. City guard. Hero. Sounds a bit less intimidating than nameless hero, but okay. I can absolutely live with that. Going all the way back. Now, is he just going to open combat? He probably is. Actually, if I were to save here, making a save game while an NPC is running is rarely a good idea. Because I would like to get in the last strike to get, you know, a bit of experience out of that. If I can.
Now watch how this...
I'm gonna rip you to pieces.
Then we wanna get in the last... Shit. I wanna get in the last fucking hit. Also, I now know that Mika is gonna stand up there. Okay, so let's get up there with Mika until he stops moving. Then we make another save game. Oh, game is loading. Oh, game doesn't like that. I want to get those XP points though. XP points are nice. I like XP points. They taste good.
No idea. You tell me.
They taste like victory.
I won't be treated like that.
In there.
Now watch...
You're in for it now.
Ouch. Why are you attacking me, Alvarez? I don't like that. Oh, let me pass. No, you're targeting the wrong person again, you idiot. Really, it's hard to target the right person in that mix.
That's it for you.
Nope.
Thank Innes. My name is
Not
Akio.
even any gold.
Who were those?
Those are well.
I think I'll take your weapon.
What?
And he takes all the weapons. Bloody hell.
So long.
You bloody bastard. Maybe we can get a few bow moments in. Shooting with a little bows. Ah.
I won't be treated like that. You have to feel sorry for the poor guy.
It's something I can actually do something about.
That's the truth. I'm staying
Cheap,
out of it.
cheap, cheap. Now it's a little bit.
Now watch...
He was falling.
You shouldn't have come here.
Oh boy. Ah, not even Hex. Not even. Okay.
So much for you, lowlife.
Even better than Hex.
You poor sucker. You don't even have any
I
gold.
think I'd better
on
take
you.
this weapon.
I just try to say, oh, I cannot, I can't read. It's too bright. Oh, my eyes. But then again, without that, the night actually is really, really dark and you can't see shit.
I won't be treated like that.
It's even worse. I can't see shit, which means you
Now
can
what-
see even less than that.
You shouldn't have come here.
Well, that's also an end. But that video is actually part of the, what is it, the 11 mod.
Won't be treated like that.
Makes the game look nice.
Now watch how...
Also run a lot more on
You're in for it now.
GPU than CPU. Ouch. That is impressive. Just not in a good way impressive. Jesus Christ. Okay, I think I shall reduce my ambitions here quite a bit and be just happy and
I won't be treated like that.
lucky.
Already know what I...
Ignore the guy running.
You're in for it now.
Yes. Right.
So much
Yeah.
for you, lowlife.
Thank my who? No, well,
You poor
Yeah.
sucker. You didn't even have any gold on you.
I've got it.
I think I better take this weapon.
Yeah. I don't want you to take those weapons. I think those are far better with me.
Nothing to plunder.
What do you even have left? I mean, it's not really... It's a rough tool. That's not really something I need to worry about overly much. Resume... save... Continue. What build are we aiming for? Actually, that's a good question. A very good question. One I have no answer to, though. I'm not sure, actually. I mean, going for the most standard would be, you know, one-handed with strength. But it's also rather boring, to be fair. Somebody should probably take care of that. Oh, for fuck's sake. I mean, magic, I mean, I played a mage precisely once in Gothic 1 and Gothic 2, and both cases I was rather disappointed and missed being a good fighter.
Now you should come here.
So yeah, probably something uninspired is dead. Probably. Don't mind me.
So much for you.
Don't mind me.
Thank Innos. My name is Akil. I've farmed this humble piece of land. Those were mercenaries from NotR's farm.
I know.
Bastards don't know anything but plunder and murder. I'd been fearing the war. Well, thank Innos it didn't.
So the only question would then really be one-handed or two-handed.
What about a few gold pieces?
I'm afraid to disappoint you. We're poor. All I can offer you is a meal.
I'll take that. Anything about missing citizens?
Don't make me laugh. Tonak and Telbor used to work on my field, and I know exactly that they wouldn't, and yet they've simply vanished. If you happen to find out what's become of them...
I'm not sure I can do that. Oh.
What did the mercenaries...
You don't know that? NotR, the landowner, that means they go from farm to farm and take whatever they want.
You know you're...
Sure.
What is there in the...
There's just a whole bunch of monsters back there. A few bandits are also said to have their caves there.
Well, yeah, but the wolfies are not really something I care about overly much. On the other side, the bandits, yeah, those can murder me. Hey, Mika.
Alright.
Mika's happy. He got to murder a few people. You have a nice weapon on your back now. I wanna beat you now. Actually, we could try to beat him. For sure. You know, this is not gonna work. Okay, I learned an important lesson. Don't attack the poor farm boy. He might look like a weakling, but he is pretty damn sweet. And strong. And murderous.
Everything...
Yes, I'm fine. That Alvarez has become bolder and bolder. What I could use now is a good...
You're not from around here, right?
I come from the southern Isles.
I mean, what gave him away? The skin color?
They said they needed people in Corinus because of that. But when I got there, they had this huge barrier and... Well, the ships stopped coming in, and so I went to work.
You hang out in...
That's right. I cannot afford go...
What exactly?
There's gambling there.
Yeah, okay,
Two
that
fellows
explains it.
compete against each other. In the end, I did nothing but lose, and now I need to make some more.
Who did you go up
against? Rukar, that old good-for-nothing. So far, but somehow I have the creeping suspicion that the filthy swine has laced my beer with gin every time. I suspect he keeps the gin hidden in that damn... Somebody ought to sneak some plain water into his chest. If I only had enough money to compete.
And Randolph is like, I'm gonna give you the whole idea of how you can do this and beat this fucking scum as his own game. No other reason than that I can. And I like to talk, of course.
I've got it.
So long.
I do know where Ona's farm is. Come on. Played this game before.
Hey, you! Are you alright?
Yes, I'm fine, thank
you.
Why don't you defend yourself against NotR's tyranny?
Well,
For us farmers near the city, it makes more sense to stay on the good side of the city militia than to rely on NotR's mercenaries. On the other hand, there's Bengar and Sekub who would rather give up their farms than work for the king.
Where do I find...
They're not far from the farm where the landowner lives. Go east from here and you'll find them.
Right.
Haven't you ever
It's not easy to get away from this part of the country. All the land is walled in by a high, insurmountable chain of mountains. The only two ways out of here are the pass to the Valley of Mines and the harbor. Since we cannot afford passage on a ship, and the Valley of Mines is a place of no return,
Oh, come on, the Valley of Mines is not a place of no return. I mean, I was there and I come out of it, so... Oh well.
What do you know about the pass?
I've never been there myself, but it must be somewhere near
Look out for...
I shall do my best.
Hey,
Also,
you!
give me something to food. Feed. Give.
A kill says...
We've hit some hard times ever since the barrier. Here's a loaf of bread, a little meat, and some water.
I mean, that's not much, but... Beggars cannot really be choosers, now can they? So I'm gonna, take one of the beds. Just because I don't like the light. Now, it is once again. Daylight! Ooh. Oh, right, that one is just going to lie there now. I mean, you would think somebody would take the bodies and at least drag them onto the field or something. But no. No. Oh, it's too bright. Whee! You know what? Oh, give me a bit more light. And the whole reason why I'm using this is because if I go into my options and I go here and I go like brightness, and the game is like, I don't give a shit if you play around here. Right? Literally not. See? Game don't care. Game doesn't like that. Actually, is it a good idea to go over here? I think there's a bridge here, isn't there? Yeah. That looks like a lot of people. That looks like a lot of bandits even worth. Boy. Yeah, I don't feel that. I'm gonna very much run away now. Heroically. I don't wanna go to the Devon though. I guess actually, technically speaking, there's no reason not to do so. Since I've already cleared this out, it's nice and easy, at least for this part. And you really need to remember which of the forests are better to hunt in such a low level person. Also, I really should decide on what to actually do, because I've got 30 learning points and I should probably start spending those on something. Yeah, otherwise, bit of a waste. But if I look down there, yeah. Actually, this is gonna be it for the moment, sadly enough. Mostly because I'm running out of time and I will have to continue this tomorrow. Which is all well and dandy, because tomorrow I'll have more time actually than today. So I shall bid you adieu for the moment. You have a good one. And all of that, and yes. Tomorrow. Friday is a good day. I'm probably gonna have a bit more time tomorrow. Means I can play more Gothic. Why not? Playing a game that's, round about, I don't know, 20 years old. That looks pretty sweet for that. And again, that's also because I do have that nice little graphic mod, which makes it just look even a bit nicer. Apart from the shadows. Still kinda fucked. Oh well. What can you do? Nothing. Let me save again though, because I'm always fearing that things go awry. But yeah, so without much further ado, I suppose I shall change to this. Haha, it works. Means my little button works, which is good. And yeah, anything else? No, I don't think I have anything else to say. I will need to finish my coffee and go to bed. My iced coffee. Because tomorrow I have to get up very much early and have to get shit done again. And no mercy for the wicked and stuff like that, So, bye bye for the moment. Also, you can feel free to come back tomorrow for more of this nonsense. Running around the wilderness and murdering things. And getting murdered. A lot. Because, oh yeah. And a week.